Um, I think what basically you're asking for is what are the security threats,
Yeah.
or security holes. Um, the most important thing that I would say here is, remember last time I was saying, do not install OpenClaw on your main computer, right? There are people who are basically, giving it access to their Gmail, their WhatsApp, their iMessage and whatnot. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? For me, like when I created this bot, I didn't use WhatsApp. I did not use iMessage. I simply said, okay, Telegram, I can create a bot, right? And then I basically invite the bot to talk to me, right? So bot doesn't have access to my messages. It only has access to the conversation I had with the bot, right? Same thing I did with Discord, right? If I want to try out the Gmail aspect, but I am not going to give access to my Gmail to Claude,
Mm-hmm.
to OpenClaw rather, not just Claude. I would rather create a email address for OpenClaw and say, this is your email. And when I need something analyzed, I can forward those emails. And if that works, I can create rules in my Gmail and say, if email comes from this, forward it to OpenClaw. Let OpenClaw analyze it, draft a response, send it to me on Discord, and then I can copy paste. Before I go to take another leap where I can basically say, hey, I will CC OpenClaw, and then OpenClaw can respond just like you would do in Assistant, right? So there are those kind of things that still need to be figured out. Don't forget, it's a fairly new piece of code, still has a lot of security vulnerabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And this system is very powerful. And because the kind of access you give it to this system, if you put it on the cloud, you're opening up your, sort of the attack vector in terms of, who all can try to reach you and, do a data breach and extract your data and whatnot. That's one part. The other part is, if other people can get access to it, they could start hammering it, and you end up paying a large bill because of the API calls and whatnot. Right? So, like lot of those kind of things are there, which are worth, being mindful of.
So, because you run this locally, no, like, OpenClaw is the company itself. It doesn't have access to how you're using it, right? All the data is kind of your own.
The data that you're sharing is only sharing with the whatever the model you're using in the back.
Right.
That you would have
Okay,
done
so
anyway if you went to ChatGPT.
yeah, you would be
This is an
sharing it with
open source
ChatGPT.
software. It's available on GitHub.
Yep.
You can go and look at the code and see what this is doing.
Yeah.
So
I'm just
there's
trying to
nobody collecting the
understand
data.
by
Yeah.
giving your OpenClaw, like I guess bot, whatever, access to, your personal stuff, like who is actually getting that?
I believe you can see my Discord screen.
Yeah, I see your Discord.
Right. So this is the morning brief that I got this morning.
Okay.
So you see, I have these sections. I said, okay, tell me about Bitcoin and crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about what's happening in the markets and macro. Tell me what's happening in geopolitics, and tell me what's happening in AI.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So every morning it goes, searches through, all the internet and whatnot, and find the most relevant things that happened, creates a small list, curated list, and pushes that to me. Now, what this does to me in like literally 30 seconds, I get a sense what happened overnight. And if I'm curious about something, I can go start digging into that. Otherwise, in the morning, I would have to remember to go to ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini or something, or go to Google like we used to do back in the day, or people would
Mm-hmm.
be going to New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and whatnot, and everybody have different stories, not everything combined. Right? So that's like this is the starting point for me, and everything kind of is downstream from here. Right?
Okay. Yeah, interesting. I use mine for morning briefs too, but mine look very different. It's kind of like these are the classes you have today. These are what your interview schedule is like. Here's your to-do list. But it's interesting because it definitely makes getting these, daily repetitive tasks automated so much easier because obviously you can go in and you can set up a cron job for yourself, but how many people really know how to do that? Right.
So here is the thing, right? This is where because you brought this up, this is interesting. You and I, we use the same instance of OpenClaw, right? So the way it works is Patrick is essentially the orchestrator or the brain of everything. And based on who's talking to Patrick or what is being asked to Patrick, it knows which agent should it pass on that task to.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
So because I'm
And
talking to it, it goes to
yes,
Sandy.
correct. And we can walk through that setup. So maybe we should just drill down into the setup and how things go and whatnot. And I
Yeah.
can kind of walk through some screens, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.